Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hello and welcome. Hope you're doing very well. So today I am so excited because I have the new eyeshadow palette by Cosmic Brushes. So this is the Sun palette and this has only recently just come out. I ordered it basically the second that it launched, and then it arrived I'd say like a week later, so I did have to wait a bit of time for it to arrive, but I'm just so happy that it's here because it's absolutely stunning. So yeah, this is the Sun palette, and as soon as I kind of saw this online, like there was some teasers and a couple of like pictures here and there, and then as soon as I saw like the packaging, I was like, this palette is going to be right up my street. So if you guys are not kind of familiar with the looks that I like to do, I like to do a lot of red and oranges and purples and greens and stuff. This palette doesn't have any greens, unfortunately, but it does have purples and it does have some oranges. But yeah, the packaging itself is absolutely stunning. And yeah, I got this off the Cosmic Brushes website. It was £28. So that's kind of the price for like all of their palettes, to be honest. And I've mentioned quite a few times that a lot of their other palettes are like big staples in my collection, like the Gothic palette. It's probably one of my favorite palettes of all time. I absolutely love using that palette. It is like dark and kind of, yeah, it's gothic and like it's just stunning. And yeah, so a couple of other ones that I picked up along the way. I don't have all of them, just because the color stories for a lot of them I'm kind of like I have already. But yeah, let's have a look at this palette and kind of let's have a chat about the palette as well. So this is a 20 color palette. So it's quite weird because when I looked at the back of the box, there's quite a few shadows that aren't good for using around the eyes, and then you have ones that are good for the eyes. And it's a bit odd because I mean, this is an eyeshadow palette, but the color story is absolutely perfect for me. So like I said, I love using oranges and I love using purples as well, and this palette definitely has a lot of that. It contains 8 shimmers and then the rest of them are essentially matte eyeshadows, and I've always loved the shimmers when it comes to Cosmic Brushes because I feel like their eyeshadows are absolutely amazing, like the way that it all blends together, and the shimmers are absolutely outstanding. Some of these shades do remind me of the Glam Light Lord of the Rings palette, which was like my favorite palette of last year. But yeah, I just want to kind of start playing with this eyeshadow palette now. So I mean, I'm going to do 2 looks today, which is quite rare for me. I never do 2 looks, but I really want to do some of the kind of like the red and orange tone and then use some of the purple. So what I'm going to do, quickly go off camera, put on my sellotape because I want to kind of make my makeup actually look decent for once. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we're all kind of prepped and ready to go, I have put obviously some sellotape on, but I've used some of my NARS concealer because for me, I really like using it as a kind of eyeshadow primer. I haven't picked up the Urban Decay one, gosh, in like over a year now, and I do really want to pick it up, but I feel like if this is doing a good job, I might just kind of keep using that for a while. So yeah, I am going to start off on one side with the kind of orange section. So yeah, I'm kind of not too sure what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of just go along with it as I kind of go along. So I am going to start off with Enlightened just here. So one thing that I do need to do is take the little plastic off the mirror, otherwise I won't be able to see. I know a lot of people like that noise. Oh my god, it's double taped. That's quite funny. But yeah, we're starting off with Enlightened. There is another lighter shade which is called Positivity, but I'm going to start off with this one and we're going to use that kind of all over my crease and just blend that in. So yeah, Cosmic Brushes I have loved for quite a, like I'd say like a year, like 2+ years now, ever since they're kind of gotten much bigger, and they are still kind of classed as an indie brand. They come out with such beautiful things. I forgot to mention as well, part of my order I picked up 2 more products that I will use in the video. It was a blush and a lipstick, but they were like super affordable. I know they're part of like older collections, which is, you know, doesn't bother me at all, but they were like £3 or something, £5 each. So I was just like, I'm gonna pick them up because why not? So this first shade, which I mentioned is called Enlightened, is very light and it's very buildable. So it's not like a strong payoff straight away, which is fine because it's quite a peach shade. So if you don't want anything too popping, you just want kind of like a nice transition shade, that is perfect for it. So let's go in with like a bigger brush, and I feel like going in, well, let's go in with Leo, just because that is an orange tone, so it's like the next kind of shade that is a bit deeper. And we'll take it on a bigger brush. There's a little bit of kickback, nothing at the ordinary for that, so we're just going to blend that here, and we're just going to deepen out that side. I'm not going to go right into the corner here just because there is a deeper shade which I will use. But yeah, let me know if you've picked up this palette. Is it up your street? Is it not up your street? Because again, for me, like oranges and stuff like that are like perfect for me. And I know this is like a summer palette, which is kind of great timing because the summer has already started in the UK where I am. It's been absolutely boiling hot for the past like month or so now, probably more than that, and it's been insane. So yeah, this palette is kind of like perfect. I'm going back in with that first shade just to kind of blend them together, and so it's not so harsh, but that orange is really beautiful. You can see it's really pigmented. And then we're going to go in with the deepest shade for that red is Vitality. I can't read. I have such trouble with reading sometimes, but Vitality. And it's a nice deep shade. Again, this, a lot of like the kind of matte tones are going to have a lot of kickback, which I feel like again is normal, but it's not great to like a mess. Like, I'm not a big fan of kickback, but again, this is not the end of the world when it comes to that, because you can just like go away, that's fine. But obviously you kind of don't want that. It's kind of intriguing when some eyeshadow palettes will have like no kickback, and then some eyeshadow palettes will have like such a ton. I don't know if it's based around the type of brushes, like the bristles and everything, but so far this is blending out really nicely. This red is doing nicely as well. Just going to blend that for a bit. Okay, and then now to kind of end the look on this side, I'm going to go in with Fulfillment just here, which is absolutely stunning. It was one shade that I did swatch. That's beautiful. That's a nice kind of like copper shade. So we're just going to tap that in the corner. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, unfortunately some of that has gone on my lower eye, but that's fine. So let's just kind of tap that in, because if I kind of like drag it, it might not come out that nicely, but that's beautiful. Okay. Again, I wasn't really expecting anything less in this palette, to be honest, because like I said, all the other palettes that I have got, or that I had, you know, are just beautiful. I'm actually going to finish with an inner corner shade, with a smaller brush. So I'm going to go with Joy, just because that looks like kind of the perfect icy tone, which will be perfect. So Joy might be a kind of like duo chrome type shade. Oh yes, it is. That's very nice. I'm just going to blend that up a bit. So that's beautiful. Okay, that's popping. That's very icy. It's got like a blue tone to it as well. Right. So I'm actually really happy with that look. I kind of feel like it's something nice that I haven't done in a while, because I've definitely like taken my time, done a bit of blending. So now let's just go onto the purple side. Okay, so now let's go onto the purples slash pink. So we've got a lot of kind of like peachy tones, and then obviously the purples in this kind of deeper pink here. So I'm going to kind of start off with some of these, and then we'll end kind of like on the deeper purples on the out. Maybe in the future I won't use like sellotape to kind of hold everything together, just because I really just want to kind of make a nice look at the beginning, because if I want to be a bit more experimental, then obviously I won't have sellotape, because it obviously makes it quite sharp and defined, which is what I want to do at the moment. So let's start off with Opportunity, which is a pink. And again, I'm not much of a pink person. Like, it's rare that I wear any pink makeup, just because it's just not really for me. Like, I am quite an alternative person, so for me, I obviously wear a lot of deeper shades and deeper clothing and eyeshadow and stuff like that, but I do obviously mix things up. So I feel like today having a pink moment is fine. Plus there's not enough purples to kind of make it like just a purple look. So I will have to blend out some of the pinks, which is totally fine. Well, that shade has blended out really nicely. I did make it a bit higher unintentionally, but to be honest, my eyes are like different shapes because this one is a bit more lazier than this one. So you can see that this side I have a more of a wider eye, so I tend to go a bit higher. So next we'll go in with Harmony, which is a deep pink, and we are just going to kind of bring that towards the front. Again, very like Barbie pink-esque, something that I'm not really about, but again we're focusing more on purples today. And this is a deep pink, which is great. It blends out quite light, which is fine. So let's keep blending this in. Okay, next so we're going to go in with Self-Discovery just here, which is beautiful purple. And I feel like a lot of times people are on like a road to self-discovery, no matter how old you are or like, you know, what your life experiences have been. I always feel like life experiences is important for everybody. Like for me, finding a new job after having my baby and just doing lots of different things is a life experience. Like no matter how old you are, where you are in your life experiences is definitely for everyone. This shade is taking its time. It's blended in with the pink, but it's kind of made it look a bit of a mess. I'm just going to kind of work a bit more with it, and I'm just going to see if it actually works, because it's not looking as nice as I was expecting, but it could work out. We trust the process, and then we see how we can kind of fix it. I might have to add Optimism just here, which is a blue essentially, to kind of deepen out the edge. So I might have to use that, and it's a little bit patchy, like it's not kind of bringing me everything that I need. I'm just going to kind of blend that out. Okay, I'm going to decide to do a little bit of the blue. Hopefully I don't regret it, because it's quite a deep blue. And with the purple, I feel like the purple is obviously quite prominent. The pinks have kind of blended out, so I might have to go back into some of the pinks just to bring them forward a bit more. But the blue is okay. I don't know what it is. This side I'm kind of not, I'm not loving as much. Let me get the pink and just blend it a bit more up. Yeah, this one is looking a bit more kind of 80s nightclub, like yeah, disco era kind of like neon type thing, which is fine. It wasn't really what I wanted, but just going to tidy up. It's okay. Okay, let's add on a shimmer. So there is like 4 shimmers kind of on this side that I could use. I might use Clarity, which looks like a pinky duochrome, which sounds and looks gorgeous. Oof, that might be a bit too much. So I'm going to take a tiny, ooh, wow, wow, okay. It's like I said before in the beginning, they do not disappoint when it comes to their shimmers. Wow, that's very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Okay. It's very, like there's kind of, it kind of crumbles slightly, which is okay. It's not, like a big issue, but if you don't want any kind of shimmer just kind of like roaming around your eyelids, it's a bit difficult. So I'm just going to kind of blend it to make it like setting together. Okay, and then now to kind of finish off this side, I'm going to go in with Abundance. There we go. It's just here as an inner corner shade. It's very pink-esque, which is fine. I don't want to take like too much because the brush is quite big, and I don't want it to overtake in a corner. That's very nice. I don't think it's as popping as this one, but it's still very nice. I kind of, now that I've added the shimmer, I kind of like this side a little bit better. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go off camera, put on a foundation, and then we're going to talk about the last two products, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the eyeshadow palette. Okay, foundation is on. I've been using the Clinique Daily Calm, no, Daily Balm. Yes, it is Daily Calm Makeup Balm. Well, that's a nice kind of rhyming to it, but yeah, I've been loving that recently. It's so good. Okay, so now we're going to go into blush. So like I mentioned, this is part of some of their older collections, and this is their blush butter, and this is in the shade Ready to Glow, I think. It's their, yeah, blush butter, and I chose this because it's a very gorgeous shade. It's a little bit deeper maybe than probably what I should go for, but the other shades were like orange and like very peachy tones, and I'm like, they're not for me. So yeah, I picked up this shade, and it is a cream product, so I'm hoping that it's going to blend out really easily. Apparently it's meant to leave you non-greasy with a glowy finish, so let's see. So I've got my brush, and let's kind of tap in. Oh, I might have added too much. What a surprise. And we're just going to blend it out onto both cheeks, and that's really stunning. I mean, this is definitely a shade that I go for. Let's put this down before I make any more damage on my brush. And smells quite sweet. I don't know if it's supposed to be a sweet smell or anything, but that was very nice. It is very glowy. It's very like a dewy blush, which is what I love a lot. And this is a kind of like nice rosy tone, which is right up my street. I love these type of shades, and I know that it might not be working with the eye looks, but we're just kind of using this today, and then in the future when I do more looks with this palette, I will kind of mix things up. So it's very nice. Again, I think I got it for like £5. I got it for £3. I can't remember, because again, it's part of their older collection. I don't know if it's part of their Christmas collection. Obviously it's quite old, so obviously they're trying to kind of get rid of their stock, but I haven't tried anything else from them apart from their eyeshadow palettes, and I do really like that a lot. I didn't want to add too many because I tend to go a bit ham. So let's talk about the lipstick. So this is their Velvet Matte Lipstick in the shade Salem, and I believe this did come out last year, I think. Can't even open it, God. Yeah, I do remember it coming out, but I got this for £3. Oh, I hate doing this. I have to rip the box open, and I hate doing that because I sometimes like to keep boxes when it comes to certain makeup products. But yeah, it's nice. It's like a mirrored effect, so you can literally see everything. You can see all my fingerprints. Gorgeous. But yeah, it's a really nice brownie tone. I'm just excited to try a new lipstick, so let's get this on. Oh, like butter. That's very, very creamy. Now that is a beautiful shade. I really like this shade a lot. There was another deeper shade that I really wanted to get, and I was like, you know what? This one is kind of more up my street. It's a kind of nice deep brown, like a kind of chocolatey brown. And yeah, this is my finished look. So obviously this whole video was supposed to be about the palette. I really like the palette. Again, the only issue that I have is those purples. That main purple, the Self-Discovery, it took me a really long time to blend out, and it was slightly patchy, and I've had to kind of cover it with Optimism, and then obviously that shimmer that goes on top. The shimmers are absolutely beautiful, even on like both ends, and even when I was swatching everything, absolutely beautiful. And I mean, for £28, I think it's a palette that I am very happy with. It's a good staple in my collection. Of course, I haven't tried all the shades yet, so when I kind of get to use all of the shades and do multiple different looks, although I tend to kind of stay quite similar to similar looks sometimes, but that's just me being lazy. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. And then this one I had to work with a little bit, but I did end up being quite happy with it, but only because of the shimmer. But then that's literally kind of it. Yeah, I really like it a lot. Let me know what you guys think. Have you picked up this palette? Are you thinking about picking up the palette? Because I don't think it's sold out yet, as and when I'm filming this. Who knows if it will sell out, because I know previously they have sold them out before. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there, and appreciate you sitting down listening to me ramble on. I hope to see you very soon. Bye.